Okay, so hello Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm actually pretty horrible, to be honest. I have a severe hangover and I've had Indian food, which was the best in the world, but it hurts. I'm hurting. I'm pretty fucking decent otherwise, yeah.
Okay, so you think you will make it for tonight without problem?
I would certainly hope so, yes.
Okay, that's great. So first of all, my first question is how was the global reception, generally speaking, of your last album from the international press?
Fantastic. Amazing. We have never encountered such a praise for any album as we did for this album. And it's never sold as much either, so which is weird in a day like today when artists pretty much don't sell albums at all. Johan! Okay, sorry.
You're doing an interview here.
Thank you. I'm trying. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's we're in a happy place. Happy place playing suicidal music.
Okay, and also, are you satisfied with your current relations with your recent label, AFM Records?
Yes.
For example, comparing to your previous labels, comparing to Inside Out, are you more satisfied than with Inside Out? Or?
Well, SPV was a fucking cunt label to start with.
Okay.
But all record labels are assholes. And I honestly don't see the point really why we have a record label today. So we'll see. But they, to be honest, AFM has done what they should, which is to promote the album. But
concretely, what do you expect from a label, a part of promotion?
money,
Okay.
of course. Because they expect it of us, so we make money for them, so we want money from them. So it's a business relation that should be. I mean, we're very fortunate to have been changing labels almost for every couple of albums anyway.
Okay.
And so we don't sign any long contracts, and we have had the brain, if you will, to sign good contracts from the start. So we're in a good position, considering that. So yeah.
Okay, and currently with your contract with AFM Records, how many albums left do you have? One. Okay. And then, okay, we will see how.
We will see.
Okay, perfect. And so, so regarding your last album, Hymns for the Broken, for me, because I'm a big fan of Evergrey since the beginning. For me, it's a masterpiece. I really loved it. And so, how did you write the composition, and what was the writing process different comparing to the previous albums, or you start writing the album the same way as you did previously?
No, this album was very different. First of all, because we didn't have a band when we started writing. It was me and Rickard and Johan who was in the band, and Hannes left for Sabaton, and Marcus left for other reasons. And then I felt like, okay, maybe that's it now. Maybe we should quit now while we're happy and not miserable and bitter. And so that was actually something that I planned to quit. End Evergrey. I thought it had ran its course, and yeah. But then we had 2 shows that we had booked already that Hannes couldn't do. So then I called and asked the other 2, only other 2 guys that I knew that knew the songs, and asked if they could just do 2 shows and get paid and then fuck off. So we did that with Henrik and Jonas, and then we discovered all of a sudden that we found that thing that we sort of lost during the 10 years that we did play together. That feeling of we have a special connection when we play music that only occurs with the 4 or 5 of us, you know, which is weird because I can't explain it. It's just something that is there that is I would say unique in a way for us. So then all of a sudden we started talking and discussing. We had a lot of long meetings because none of us were certain that we at all should do this, you know. And I was, as I said, on the verge of leaving totally, doing something else. And then, so it fucked up my plans in a way. But you know, we had long meetings and we discussed everything. It's like going back to an old girlfriend, you know, or boyfriend, you know. It's then you sort of have to think about what made you leave, and you know, what made you break up, and so we had all these discussions for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then we said, okay, fuck it, let's do it, let's try another one. And then we had only written one song, me and Rickard, which is the title track, and only the piano and song vocals. But Jonas came in with over 27 songs that he had written during the time that he was not in the band. That sounded very much like Evergrey. So I just sat down and listened to all of that, and then we sort of took out the most immediate best parts and produced them together to be Evergrey songs. So very different. And then we recorded the bass and drums together live, and all the rest of us added our stuff on top of their recordings, which is very different from how we were before.
Okay, and all your songs are very, very inspired. Do you think that going through hard times is one of the keys to build great songs? Did it inspire you in a way to?
Yeah, I mean, it always has. From day one, really. But that's just me. That's how I work. There are many musicians in the world that don't write out of, you know, agony or misery. But for me, I can't write when life is peachy. Then I'm a bad composer. So for me, it has to be. Yeah, I have to be inspired by something that has meant a lot to me or that have affected me deeply.
And regarding your lyrics on this album, do you consider them as darker than the previous ones, or more with hope, let's say?
I would say that I don't know, because I never wrote it with intention. I mean, I write about my exhaustion, depression that I was going through. So for me, it's about the events that occurred and how I persevered and how I came from feeling the worst to at least seeing some light in the tunnel. So I think it's a celebration of overcoming things and conquering new hope and you know, strive for something better.
And regarding your lyrics in general, if I look at all your discography, they have always been dark since the beginning. In the future, are you considering writing a happy song for the first time, or it will never be the case for Evergrey?
Never be the case for
Okay. Okay. And also regarding now your type of music, your style, for me it has been extremely original since the beginning. I can't stick a label on your music because it's too unique for me. Have you ever thought in a label to stick on your music, or it's just Evergrey plays Evergrey?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important for humans to label things because that's how we know what we're dealing with. So I've had a major problem with all the journalists throughout my life when they have tried to label us. And but I don't have. I mean, we say that we play dark melodic metal. That's it. And we play so much. You know, if we would label Evergrey, it would be unfair to the music, because we play so much different things that we could say. I mean, we have toured with bands like Hate Eternal and In Flames and Arch Enemy, but also with bands like Camelot and you know. So it's for us it's no. I mean, I don't bother with labels at all. I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't label any other band either. I don't sit and listen to Iron Maiden. What kind of label should we put on Iron Maiden? It's fucking Iron Maiden. I don't know. Yeah.
And also, I have got one question regarding your first albums. I remember that some of your first albums in France have been released by NTS. I know very well Olivier Garnier and Roger Weisser. They are friends of mine. Do you still have contacts with them?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, we did press with Roger in Paris for 2 days. So
nice.
So yeah, we're still in contact. We're always gonna be in contact. I mean, I've known them for 15 years, or 20 years. Yeah, good friends of mine too.
Because they, for example, as for France, they really introduced Evergrey to the French scene, and in France, like, you know that you have always been very popular. In terms of I don't know, do you consider a country where you are considered as more popular than the other ones, or?
For this album, honestly, it has we stepped up a notch or two, I would say, and maybe not in the UK. We'll see today. But for every other place we have been, it's been sort of evenly the same level in a way. But I mean, of course, when we come to Brazil, it's the interest there is huge, but it's more like the fans are more fanatic in a way, you know.
Yeah. South America especially.
Yeah. But France is also one of those places that we are. But see, now I'm mentioning every country, because Holland is also very. Yeah, so no, we're not popular anywhere.
Antarctica for 4 people.
And a dog.
Okay, and so next, what are your next projects after for next year? I mean.
For the coming?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. We're doing this now, and then we're home for like a month, and then we're going to the US, and then we're planning another tour in Europe again, and then we're doing another tour in US, and then somewhere in between there we're going to try to write something again, I think. We'll see.
Okay. And so yes, one of my last questions. Recently, as you explained, you were you were almost at the point of leaving everything. How do you feel in your mind today? Do you think that you're still motivated to keep continuing, keep playing music with Evergrey for the next years? How in the next 5 years do you have an idea of where you will be?
I try to think like 6 months ahead, you know. And as long as it's fun, we will keep doing it. So as long as we enjoy playing music together, because there won't be another lineup of Evergrey. This is for sure the last lineup you'll see. Yeah. Because if it comes to a point where we feel that we need to switch members again, then it's out of respect to Evergrey. Then we should just leave it and do something else.
Okay, and so do you have anything special to add for this interview?
I think everything I said was special.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Thank you.